Hi everyone, nice to see ya. Cool, just checking on the time. Okay, we got 1 minute left, and if anybody else is late, they snooze, they lose. That's how we roll. Body weight work waits for no person. As you can see, I've just done my own workout, so the endorphins are high, the energy is real. I'm feeling excited. What you'll want for this class is a little bit of space around you. You won't need any equipment or anything like that. Good evening, Fiona. Nice to see ya. Lauren, I knew you'd show face. I had a feeling. Sneaking around with your home programs and hiding yourself from us. Yeah, it's good to see people joining who I don't see so much all the time. All right, so we're going to get started now. I've got some really simple basic mobility for you today and a really couple nice movements. So we're going to do one lower body move, one upper body move, and then we're going to have a little core circuit as well. Following that to focus on our rotation, our anti-rotation, and our anti-extension. So lots of big words there. Let's get mobilized. This class is going to be recorded. You won't be in this recording, but as I say, the class will be recorded. So if you want to do this another time, or if you really loved it, then you can always follow that workout. Let's come on down to our stomachs, lie on the tummy, hands underneath shoulders. I'm going to squeeze my butt down to the floor, spread my fingertips, and retract my shoulders for a baby cobra. Take a breath, lift into the chest, and relax back down. We're going to do 4 of these. Squeeze the bum, lift the chest, elbows pulling together. So this is a really nice move actually to do if you've been sitting down. This just works the muscles of the low back, warms them up the other way. And last one, squeeze your bum super hard. Coming back. Pushing up into tabletop position. I'm going to bring my knees underneath my hips, and I'm going to go for some hip cars, some shoulder cars right now. Knee comes round and in, and then back and open. Round and in, back and open. I bet some of you have made the same mistake today as I did last week and have today, which is to put the heating on because it's chilly outside. And then you're like, oh, I've got to work out. This is going to work out a little bit hot. Good, let's change sides. So lift the other knee off the floor, out, back, round, and in. Sometimes I hold my breath in the mobility, so try not to do that. Try to breathe through these moves. Good, and back in, back and round. So some specially selected moves tonight. Some goodies, some old favourites of mine. Back and round. And last one. Excellent. So I'm going to sit onto my feet from here. Again, another couple postural moves just to waken up our body after we've been working from home. Hands behind. We're going to bring the elbows in, tuck the neck in, tuck the chin in, and then open up, pull the elbows back. Good. Curling into the body. I'm really exaggerating that movement. And exhale. And inhale. Oh yeah. You can make as many big relief noises as you like because you know they feel good. You're in your own home. Good to see people out there jamming for these workouts though. It was quite nice during December, but it's definitely good to get into the proper zone. Get your workout gear on. Lovely. A couple of thread throughs. So make a space between your knees, bring your toes together. I'm going to reach under and then lift and twist. Reach under, lift and twist. The opposite arm, you can bend that elbow if that feels better to bring your shoulder towards the floor and then full rotation the other way. Try to extend your hips. Last one. Under, so really nice for the waist. Big breath in, and let's change sides. So planting the hand right in the middle, threading underneath, ear to floor, or you can keep that arm locked. You might feel something slightly different with that twist. You might feel it more in the upper back as opposed to through the waist. Oh. Good, 2 to go. Breath out and in. Last one. God, I'm so ready for mobility class already. And the last one of the week was yesterday. Awesome, coming down from there. We're gonna come on up to standing position now. And we're going to go through a little bit of an opener for the hips before we come into our first movement, a lower body move coming from the quad. So we really want to open the hips up a little bit here, namely the hip flexors. I'm going to turn on the side, bend into the front leg. I'm going to reach down with the hands, up, back down, and then step in. Down, hands to the center, reaching up, stepping back in. Step back, reach down, reach up, back in, and stepping the foot in. When you step back in, you want to make sure you're bending your knees. One more. Step back, the knee, reach up, and changing side. This time stepping up with the back leg, hands in. It's the inside arm that lifts. And I'm mainly thinking about hip flexors here. With the lunge, I'm also getting a bit of heat. For the quads, you're going to need heat in the thighs and openness through the hip flexors for this first movement. 2 more. Back, reach, twist, back, step both knees in, bend, and rise. Last one. Step back, come down, reach, hands in, and center. Good, so lots of movement there for the spine, lots of openness for the hips, and a little bit of warmth for the legs. You should feel heart rate up there too, which is really good before this first movement. We're going to look at your Nordic curls or reverse Nordic curls. So they're working the front of the legs. If you've done the regular Nordic curls before, you're actually going to be like, thank you, God, we're doing the reverse ones. But these are pretty hard too, actually. So we're going to go 45 seconds, just so we're not all waiting for each other to do reps. You can take it slow if you're new, or you can kind of go with a little bit of a rhythm if you've done this before. 2 options for your reverse Nordic. So I'm going to come into a kneeling position, squeeze my bum forward so my hip flexors are open. Option 1, if you've never done it before, lean with the arms forward, counterweight, sit onto your bum, and then rise back up. Lean the shoulders back, sit back, thrust forwards, lean, sit, thrust. Option 2, if this is not your first rodeo with the reverse Nordics, you can go hands on the chest or reaching out. I'm going to rock back, and I'm going to lift my body forwards. I'm going to rock back as far as I can into that range, always squeezing the bum. You know where my bum is, I don't need to do that. So 45 seconds on the clock. We're going to start 3, 2, 1, here we go. So it's not a race, we're just timing it to make sure we can all do this together. So I'm going to show you the eccentric only one now. That means the version where I'm only doing the long part of the movement, the lengthening part. Sitting back, coming up. If this is sore in your knees, you're probably not alone. You might want to roll a mat onto your knees, elevate them slightly. Or you can try tucking your toes, but you won't get quite as much range there. Good, you've got 10 seconds left. That might just be a couple more reps. Lean back. It's actually really good for opening the hips, this one, and stretching the thighs. And resting. 30 seconds rest. We're going to do that twice more. Then we move on to our upper body move, which dabbles with a little bit of core work, and then we're going to do some core work right at the end as well, tie it up together quite nicely. So 15 seconds, think about which option was good for you there. Maybe you're getting something under the knees. That's a bit nicer for them. Definitely if you've got a hard floor, and you might want to double over your mat. So we go again in 3, 2, 1, here we are. Maybe playing with your options. How does that feel? You might not come all the way back into full range, but maybe testing out a couple of the full ones. If that starts to play on your back, come into the modified version. That's us already halfway through. Again, not rushing it. Maybe it's something beneath the front of your feet you need if this is hurting on the front of your feet. 5 seconds. Whew. These are hot. Just wait till you stand up. Good, and rest in there. 30 seconds. And maybe you do want to stand up, have a little wiggle, shake it off, grab a drink. That's cool. So as I say, always try to choose movements for these classes which are really going to be good for your recovery from your other workouts too. So because this one lengthens muscles nicely, it complements hopefully your other programs, those of you who are training quite hard, as well as those who need a little push to be doing a little bit more. So last round, let's go in for it. 45 seconds starts now. This is the last bit of leg work here. We're not looking to tear up on your quad. 3, 2, 1, and we go. If you're hitting a bit of fatigue here, an option might be to do as many full reps as you can, and then as you start to tire, then you're modifying. Gradually over time, you might be seeing, oh, actually I can do more of them for longer. Nice save, Belle, I saw that. You're allowed to fall, you're at home. We're all allowed to play here. Good. 10 seconds to go. The question is, are we going to get back up again? I know you know what I mean. And rest in there. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we are done with the reverse Nordics. We're going to move on to some upper body work now. Obviously, modifications are always there. Please do take them. So a modified version of the exercise I'm about to show you here is on the knees. Yes, you guessed it, it's a push-up. Notice in my push-up, my chest is forward over my hands. My hips are drawn down into the ground. I'm tucking my toes because it's kind of annoying when they flap about the place. And also, I'm always preparing for that next step. So if you can tuck your toes in your knee-based plank, you're going to be well set up for doing it on your feet, where it's quite impossible to not have your toes tucked. So I'm going to do a push-up. I'm going to turn onto the side, tuck the bottom foot behind me, extend the long one and reach up for a side plank. Back to the front. Push, tuck, reach. Push, tuck, reach. You can make it as plyometric, so as explosive as you like. Or if you're feeling happy and you want to go with the toe variation, go for it. Coming down, pushing. The top leg is going to cross over the bottom. And then when you change to the other side, open the chest, pivot on the outside edge of the feet. You can drop down as much as you like into that. Catch your weight. Okay? So same thing, 45 seconds. Take your time. You might want to come back into child's pose in between to take a rest out of that. So when you're ready, we're going to go for it. 45 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Your time starts now. So I'm just going to take it really simple on this first one. Push, come up, open twist. Sometimes you're better to do the simple one and just get it so smooth. Get full range. Feel all the muscles that you want to connect with. Chest, triceps, the back of the arms, the core, of course, especially as we move from one position to the next. It's stabilizing us. Good. Keep spreading the fingertips to keep the weight out the wrists. Lovely, guys. And that's time. 30 seconds rest. We're only going to do that twice more, remember, so you don't have to think, oh my God, how many times? This is so difficult. Wrist relief is there. And some of you I know do get kind of issues with the wrist with being on the floor quite a lot. That's really going to help mobilizing them. Another thing you can also do is you can think about bringing a slight edge. So if you have a small weight plate or a book, you can bring your hand onto the edge of that and see if that helps reduce the pressure. Just something to try, something to give a go. See if you can really change the way the pressure is going through those wrists. All right, here we go. Round 2. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Spread the fingertips, screw them into the floor, press, and open up in the side body. press. So you get to choose how slowly you come down, or maybe you're dropping down to it. Drop, catch, press. Alternative could be doing a push-up on the knees, then lifting onto the toes for your side plank. I can already feel I'm going to feel these in the chest tomorrow. Little chesticles getting worked. 5, 4, 3, 2, good. Nice push-up technique. Hello. And resting, 30 seconds. We got one more time. I don't even have to say nice push-up technique to anyone in particular because you know who you are if it's on point today. 30 seconds. Another way to release the wrist, back of the hand to the floor. Switching through. Good, changing through. I'm changing my elbow one way and the next. It's a really good stretch for the forearms as well. Okay, let's crack into this last set. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Fingertips spread, gripping into the floor, squeeze the bum, push, open up. If you want to make it harder, that push up, you can drop into it a little bit deeper. Drop, catch, and rotate. Drop, catch. Like I say, hands, knees or toes, you can do that. It's not about how many, it's about how good, how neat they are. Okay, 10 seconds to go, everyone. Nice, really opening the side body and your side plank. Push your hips forward so they're in line with your chest. And resting there. All right, very nice. So we're going to move into our core work now. This is the time to fix your hair. We've got 3 moves for our core work. The first 2 are quite similar in setup, but different as we begin to move through them. So they both originate from a plank position. The third exercise, we're going to get the back working, the low back, as well as the abs, which is nice. So exercise 1 and 2, like I say, same setup in crouch position, hands under shoulders, spread your fingertips, knees under hips, and then tucking your toes to lift off. In the first exercise, we're going to tap the shoulders. Tap and lift. Try to keep your bum in line with the shoulders, knees just hovering off the floor. I'm thinking to myself, have I got this? Have I got this? Before I lift my hand. I'm actually having that conversation with myself right now. So don't try to rush it. The less you move, the better, even if it means it takes you a little bit more time to get that hand off the floor. If that's too tough, stay in your crouch hover and just hold for as long as you can. 30 seconds per exercise for this one. The second exercise, we start in crouch also, and we're going to move laterally. Opposite hand and foot, twice each way. Then I'm going to come through, tap the shoulder and back, changing direction. Opposite hand and foot, once, twice, come round, come round. I'm going to show you side on, because that one is a bit tougher. I'm traveling to the side, lateral movement, 1, 2, 1, 2. Flip the foot under, tap the shoulder, come back, tap the shoulder, come back. Movement 3, we're switching from a supine to a prone position for a good old classic hollow body. Peel the shoulders up off the floor, just crunch it in lightly. Low back is expanded into the floor, legs high, and then drop them low until you find a place you can tolerate. We're going to hold for 1, 2, swap over, pull down. Swap over, pull down. So getting the low back working. If that switcheroo is very awkward because you're in a small space, duly noted, you don't have to do the 2. We've got 2 rounds. Go with the hollow body hold it on the first one, and on the second round through, do the pull down. That's a good order to do it in. So 30 seconds for each exercise. Let's start with the shoulder taps. 3, 2, 1. We're doing these back to back. Tap, lift, reset. Tap, lift, reset. Tap, lift, good. Maybe your feet are slightly wider than the hips to keep the hips balanced. Good. Thighs are going to start to burn here. That's okay. Maybe shoulders. Keep drawing the ribcage in. I'm obsessed with that cue at the moment. I think it really helps. Okay, coming into your second crouch variation, let's travel to the side. Travel once, twice, tap, tap, back, twice, tap. Good, starting to feel like a bit of a cardio workout now. Suspicious. Not the intention, but you know what? With strength work, you are going to get the cardio benefits too. Anything that gets the heart working. Tap, tap. And 3, 2, 1. Third exercise, pick your weapon. Those of you who can't move too much right now, you're going to stay in this position. Hold for the 30 seconds if you can. Lift the legs up, try and find your tipping point. There should be no issues with the back. If you've got the room, swapping over, squeeze the bum, pull the elbows down. Swap back. Swap over, round the stomach, arm squeezes the floor. And 3, 2, 1, rest in there. Okay, 30 seconds rest from now. We're going to do our last round here. So it comes flying in, right? Our last round of exercises, 30 minutes more than enough to challenge the full body and to stay focused at home and how it is. So we're going to decompress with the extra time we have after that. 10 seconds remaining, sit yourself up. Good, that's 5 seconds remaining. We're going to come into that shoulder tap. I know it's easy at this stage to forget what's coming next. 3, 2, 1, go. Tap the shoulder. Tap the shoulder. Knowing it's the last round, so you're going to push it a little bit. See just exactly what you can achieve. Or just take it nice and easy. That's completely up to you. So long spine, straighten up, blending through the crown of the head. Keep it neat. Keep it tight. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Traveling laterally. Opposite hand and foot lift once and across. Twice and across. Swap over, chest up. Swap over, chest up. Once. Twice. And switch. And switch. Good, stick with it, guys. And resting your third exercise. If you're staying in one spot, staying for the Superman pull down. Awesome for strengthening the low back. If that's a lot of pressure on the back, tuck your toes underneath, chest towards the floor, keep it quite light. I can feel how tight my shoulders are, they feel so heavy trying to pull this down. Guys, use this as a chance to check in with your body. 3, 2, 1. Okay, if you're already in Superman, stay there on the floor. If you are in your dish shape, come and join us. We're going to send the hips back for a child's pose. Push the hips back to bum, space between the knees and reaching long. Big breaths here, big breath in. And out. In. And out. Good, nice. Lovely. Coming up onto the hands now. Tucking the toes, pressing the hips back for down dog. Take 3 deep breaths here. Long shoulders, push towards the thighs, soft bend in the knees, maybe heels come down, maybe you don't. Bring your feet a little closer now. From here, one leg is going to go up, and then bring it towards the elbow. Move the weight forward, shoulders over hands. Twice more, we're going to do that. Extend the leg up, and then glide it forwards. One more time. Leg glides back and up, keep the hips square. And drop to elbow, come back to knees, push back to child's pose. 3 breaths. In, good, relax through the shoulders, feel your low back open. Such a nice way to finish off the class is just by totally unwinding. It's the evening now, so that's kind of how we want to think. And back up onto the hands, 3 breaths in down dog. Push through the shoulders, open towards thighs. Keep them strong and engaged. Good, maybe you're getting a bit more room through the heels this time. This time, opposite leg goes back. Bring the feet slightly closer to help you balance. Leg up. Shift the weight to the front, connect knee to elbow. Second round, rising. Ooh, yeah, notice the difference between both sides. Which one is tighter? There is always one. Left, come back. I'm coming round onto the floor to stretch through the forearms and wrists here. I'm going to turn side onto you, bring the back of my hands to the ground, pull back the wrist towards my face slightly, and twist through my elbow. I hope you can see here. It helps actually having tattoos because you can go, like, see this little horse, disappears, comes back. If you've got one for yourself, or maybe just use a marker pen, draw a dot, and see how it shifts position. Good, and let's change sides. So nice if you've been lifting weights as well to really get into the wrists there. Awesome, let's come up to standing position. Take a bow, a forward fold bow. Bind your hands behind you. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, lift the knuckles up through and over. Spill your weight forwards. Inhale, exhale. Keep trying to stretch the chest open. Good, pull the fists together to draw the shoulder blades back. Maybe trying to straighten the legs slightly more, a little stretch in the calves. Excellent. And dropping the hands down, grabbing the elbows, taking a little swing either side. Loose and free, maybe just letting the arms drop, and then slowly rising up. I really enjoyed that one. That was fun. We had a lot of different angles to play with there, and definitely a big challenge for the core. If you have any questions about the class today, please post them on the group. And do note, as we're moving almost towards February, we'll be looking to make a new group for February for those of you who are kind of on PT programs or who are on memberships for classes and whatnot at the minute. So we'll look forward to inviting you all to that and seeing you for some more beautiful classes in February. Have a kick-ass evening, and thank you for sweating with me. Night, guys. Bye. Thank you.